Marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. It was just third down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the third play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
DeAndre Swift, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 26.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down.
Pickett. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
The Steelers sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Anthony McFarland.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Mayfield. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. These two teams all tied after one. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Mayfield. Able to find Isabella. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
DeMarvin Leal, the man making the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Mayfield. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Pickett. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Pickett now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. First and 10, here's Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Deontay Johnson, a 16-yard touchdown, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Now Pickett. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Pickett back to the air on second down.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Roll it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A give to Gibson running right.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Back to throw, Pickett. He's got it to Gibson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers. Straight ahead, Gibson.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On 2nd down, McFarland.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
They'll run with Gibson.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd down and goal.
Pickett.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Play fake. Mayfield. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Mayfield on play action. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. They'll get 34 yards there.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
DeAndre Swift
with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Colts are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Swift going to try up the middle.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Pickett. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's got Pickens complete. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field.
And here's a give to Gibson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Pickett to throw. He's got Johnson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. Now Pickett. That's to Freiermuth. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Pickett. Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he missed it. He missed it right. It's no good. And that's going to cost him the football game. So a field goal that could have won it went awry. Pretty good distance field goal. It wasn't a chip shot, but still, that one's going to stick with him for a little while, you'd have to think.
It is, and I know that he missed that one, and they walk off the field, and obviously they don't feel great about themselves. They just lost the game. But this is where the proficiency of kickers actually comes back and hurts them because they've gotten so good that we expect them to make just about everything, and we forget that's still a long field goal attempt.
And so much pressure there at the end of the game. It's one of those situations, unfortunately, where you're either the hero or you're the GOAT.
And what you also hope is that you've built up equity with your team by making a whole lot of big kicks before so that the occasional miss doesn't hurt you going forward.
So for the Colts,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it.